Welcome back everyone, and the plot has thickened regarding the next Halo game, the Halo Combat Evolved remake. From individual people literally coming out and saying they were asked to work on the project, to even major information outlets having their own confirmed sources. We are under 20 days away now from the Halo World Championships and the reveal of the newest Halo projects. If you missed the last video, all you need to know is October 24th, that Friday afternoon at the Halo World Championships, Halo Studios will be unveiling the future of the franchise. I also had a lot of you guys last video saying, Remy, where can we play the gameplay you're showing off in the background? I answered a few comments, but just to answer broadly, it's called Halo Reborn. It's a mod project that hasn't currently been released, and the raw footage you're seeing is from 3 years ago. There is actually an upcoming Halo mod showcase by the community in the not too distant future, and I'm hoping to see an update on the project. It's basically Halo 1, 2, and 3 combined into one. It's a massive undertaking, and it's one of the most anticipated mods Halo fans are waiting on. With that said, we've also got Halo 2 Forge officially released by RejectedShotgun, Breaking Benjamin honoring Halo at their latest concert, you know they did the Halo 2 soundtrack, the Halo TV show on Netflix is actually doing well surprisingly, and courtesy of Mr. Rebs, he has even found an ex-Bungie employee from the Halo 2 days. Well guess what, he has been hired by the external company, Abstraction, the company I mentioned last video. We've got so much to go through today, so let's just get into it. So first up today, we have the Halo TV show, and somehow it has returned. Of course, I'm talking about Netflix picking it up, but God, just let it die already. Netflix, if you do decide to keep it going, don't do a third season with the same story, completely reset it. Follow the pre-established media, please stop doing random sub-stories about a lab assistant kissing a sleeping clone version of Halsey. You take that out of the story, and how does it change? That's right, it doesn't. How does the Mandalorian's armor from Star Wars seem to be more revered than the Master Chief's? Also, you can tell a story without Master Chief getting laid. In all seriousness, and I have to say this, the Halo TV show, it is performing well on Netflix. It is particularly popular in older audiences I've noticed, but they have no idea what Halo is. To them, it seems to hold up like generic sci-fi, and I'll admit, some of the action scenes in the show are very well done. The Halo show genuinely has to be one of the only things that most of, if not all Halo fans agree, does not live up to the name of what the franchise should be. It is currently on Netflix after being acquired by them. A third season is definitely not out of the question if it continues performing well. Next up today, we have the brand new Halo game that is being worked on. There's going to be two different segments in here, one now and then one later on, but we've been covering the new game a lot on the channel recently. I think everyone unanimously just wants a good finished Halo game that isn't missing features. Even the top comment on my last video said, can we please get a working and functioning theater system? I agree, and on that note, if you did miss any of the information of the past few videos, very quickly are some dot points. 1. The Halo remake will use both the Halo engine and the Unreal Engine. 2. Modern mechanics like sprint will be in the game most likely. 3. Level design will be altered to improve repetitive areas. Think towards the second half of the Halo Combat Evolved campaign, a lot of repetitive areas will be improved upon. 4th is that a secondary studio named Abstraction will be working on the project. And with that, you're all caught up. Let's get to the new stuff. The new news today comes from a Halo modder named Kashiera. And I just want to preface this by saying, if you haven't seen her work of Halo 3 Combat Evolved, this is what you'll be watching on screen today. Halo 3 Combat Evolved is literally a remake of the original game in the Halo 3 ODST engine. It's beautiful, and definitely check it out if you haven't already. So Kashiera tweeted the other day, funny story, I was actually considered to be brought on board for the Halo Combat Evolved remake back in 2024, but unfortunately it didn't go through since they didn't have the time, or whatever, to train me on the Unreal Engine. Honestly, really bummed out about it, but oh well. First of all, I have to say, Kashiera never signed any NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, and the Halo Combat Evolved remake was never specified exactly, but certain things she noticed that they asked her made it obvious that that was the project that was being worked on. Her comment was also not meant to be negative, so I just want to preface that by saying it's purely her stating she would have loved to work on the project. The big news here is for the AAA studios to actually think of picking up Kashiera is a big deal. Not only does it give further proof that we are getting a Halo Combat Evolved remake, but it also confirms that the studio working on the project, Abstraction, is indeed the correct studio as well. It's surprising that they couldn't give Kashiera the opportunity to learn Unreal. As you can see, her current project on screen, it looks awesome. Personally, I've always believed that talented Halo modders, they should be hired, as their passion over the years is evident about the franchise. I mean, even RejectedShotgun's Halo 2 Forge, I covered this last video, it's officially out now by the way, it literally brings a feature to the game that has never been made before. It lets you spawn in weapons, vehicles, characters, and more to create your own scenarios. Every single video, I show off amazing things the Halo community makes, and this is no exception. Now, as of making my last video, the floodgates have opened, quite literally, to people posting about the next Halo game. Halo Combat Evolved Remake is in co-development by Virtuos Studios, the team behind Oblivion Remastered. Virtuos Studios is the umbrella company that Abstraction falls under. Back in 2025, Virtuos acquired 3 studios, one being Abstraction, and with them, they worked with Bethesda on the Oblivion Remaster. I think with how the Oblivion Remake or Remaster, whatever you want to call it, how that game turned out, I'm actually happy that Abstraction are working on the project. They could do a really good job if they respect Bungie's legacy. Next up today, and speaking of Bungie's legacy, we have Xbox. There has been rumors everywhere that there won't be another Xbox console, and this is the end. Xbox is over. There was images popping up that Xbox consoles were being heavily discounted, just like what happened to Sega and other discontinued devices, but Xbox literally made a brand new statement today saying, "We are actively investing in our future first-party consoles and devices designed, engineered, and built by Xbox." Xbox actually made a partnership with AMD earlier this year, but I'm glad they came out to squash rumors because honestly, it was becoming pretty widespread. Ever since flagship titles have started launching on PlayStation, there was a lot of people saying Microsoft is leaving the hardware industry. In saying that, I did my own research about that, and even Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo did their same research. It showed that a majority of people who did own a console had already chosen their allegiance and weren't swapping all too much going forward. The research also showed that if you did want a console, there was a big chance you had already purchased it. This is the main reason as to why major competitors are finally putting flagship titles on rival platforms. The bottom line is that companies are set to make so much more money by just putting a game on the different ecosystem than trying to change which console a player uses. Moving on from that, we have Breaking Benjamin, the creators of some of the songs on the Halo 2 soundtrack, and even after 21 years at their concerts lately, they have been showing off the Halo cutscenes when Blow Me Away plays and their other music. The reason why I mention them is that they have specified, literally said, that they want to work on Halo again, and with the Halo remakes being a thing it seems, we need to get them back for a track or two in the new titles. That would be awesome. Finally today, we have our second part of the Halo Combat Evolved Remake. This part I wanted to save for last as it's completely different to the first bit and it's from Mr. Rebs exclusively. This time, we have Bungie employees from the original Halo 2 working on the unannounced project. Christopher Gaffney, ex-Halo 2 developer and former Bungie employee, has been hired, and you guessed it again folks, he's working for Abstraction, the Virtuos studio, on a contract. His role includes level design and tech design for a high-profile unannounced AAA title, designing and developing campaign missions from concept to blockout to finished, designing and implementing encounters and other scripted events, combat and gameplay economy balance, and finally, here's the cherry on top, acting liaison between overseas partner and US-based studios. This means that Christopher Gaffney is the link between Halo Studios and Abstraction themselves. If I could drop a mic right now, I would, but you guys get the idea. The reason why I mention this, and I think it's so substantial, is that you have an employee here with the history to make a really great Halo game, respective of the legacy, by the way, that he himself created. On screen, you can see his credit for working on Halo 2 as a tester, which meant he gave direct feedback on the game during its development and how it should be. It's my hope that this is reflected in the Halo Combat Evolved remake. And with that, that is this week in Halo. The only other thing you need to know is that Halo the Master Chief Collection on the Microsoft Store has been fixed. I covered this a month ago and some people said, Remy, it's still not fixed. Well now, there's official patch notes and a minor update has been pushed to all platforms. It's fixed. You can play now. It did take over a year for the Microsoft Store version of the Master Chief Collection to get fixed, but I'm glad it has been. In saying that, we are only 17 days away now, just over 2 weeks from the future of Halo 2 be revealed. Please temper your expectations, but I know many of you are already very excited. I'll be covering everything once we do get more news and or the reveal. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
No human life signs detected. The captain... he's one of them. We can't let the flood get off this ring. You know what he'd expect... what he'd want us to do. It's done. I have the code. We should go.